Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang this evening. Guru Shri Muji Ji ki Jai. Jai. Let's pick up our contemplation from chapter 2, verse 16. And this is still Janaka speaking. And Janaka is saying, looking at one and seeing many is the cause of all misery. Looking at one and seeing many is the cause of all misery. The only cure is to realize what is seen is not there. I am one, aware, blissful, immaculate. He's quite absolute in his statements. He says, looking at one and seeing many is the cause of all misery. Is it possible to have misery, to suffer, to be miserable without duality? There was not this me and another. What misery would there be? Looking at one, seeing many. That's the story of our life. The looking is only, we see only one appearance. But we believe that we are seeing many. What makes that distinction? And many times, upon hearing this, also there can be a distinction made, which is that all of this is one, all of this is one appearance. But it doesn't count this. So even this body, even the seemingly inner perceptions here, are part of the one appearance. This is the subtle ways in which the mind can still make some separation. Many times people hear this, that all is one, and we can feel like, oh, I love everyone. So it can feel like I, as somebody, must now love everyone because they are one with me. You see, even in saying something so beautiful as that, there can be duality. They are one with me. Not that it is all one. So we are looking at one consciousness, one being. Or if that is not clear, then at least one waking state. All objects within the same waking state. And seeing many as if they are many. It's the cause of all misery. I have said often that the ego is a 3D ego. What is the 3D? You can say. The 3Ds is going to be like the cat story. Everyone knows the cat story. Who can say it? Nobody. Pretty simple. Yes or no? No. Come on. Yes. And doership. So the root of this, to do something, or this written test coming soon. You give us the fish. So the root of all of this suffering is this duality. I am something, going from just I am, being. Just now you just are, I am. There is existence which is effortless. Existence which is effortless. Yeah.
You know that everything is one, and you know that body is existing, but you also are getting feedback from the body, pain and pleasure. You're not getting the same people from other bodies.
Once you are okay with everything that you receive from your body, you might receive from other bodies. I'm saying that in the design of the play, most of humanity is receiving feedback from this one intimate instrument, seemingly. You see? And also our visual perspective seems to be centered from this. You see? That is the design of this play. You see? So just because the computer game is designed like that doesn't mean there are two games. You see? So what I was saying, and half jokingly, is once you are not resistive to anything happening in your body, then you might perceive other bodies also the similar way.
So,
that is not important. First part is.
So the pain is misery. Pain from the body
No.
is misery.
Misery is suffering. Suffering needs a sufferer. Misery needs one who is miserable. Now, can you identify the one who is experiencing the pain? It is undeniable that it is I. But what is this I? Okay, so awareness, if you say awareness, not even being, if you say awareness, then can you say that that which witnesses all of this, which is awareness, is suffering from any pain?
But if it is extended pain,
Yes. Then
is that
if it is unresisted, then many times extended pain is also accepted pain. And usually accepted pain does not seem as painful as resisted pain. So many times those who had chronic pain, then also over a period of time forget about it. And suddenly it goes away. You say, something changed, it's feeling so light and easy, is it? But it became part of their normal. In fact, all of us, there is no body without any pain. Even now, if you were to put some attention on the body, and I were to say put some attention on some pain in the body, you will find something. It's always there. It's just that there's a threshold which we're used to. When that increases or the pain goes beyond that threshold, it can seem like, no suffering. But if that becomes chronic, then the threshold also increases. It becomes part of our day-to-day life. So
duality comes in when there is extended pain.
Okay, there are two aspects to this. This world is duality. You see, pain and pleasure, good and bad, black and white. Appearance of one world, one universe. You see? Now, if it is seen that it is one, you see, then we step back from that duality. Otherwise, we participate in that duality, you see, by our belief. think this I prefer, this I don't prefer. We participate with our concepts. But if we step back from this, it is still seen that the world is, everything is duality. Light and dark. Everything is duality in this design of this world. But we see that it is one world which has two aspects. Just like you might see that some of you have seen the statue of Shiva and Shakti as one statue. So sometimes we can look at something and see only one aspect of it. And then it can feel like, oh, this is, we make a conclusion about the world. It is like this. See, the world is full of suffering. It is also full of joy. And in my contemplations, I've seen that when everything translates into this manifest creation, then everything is available in equal doses. See? There is nothing which is lopsided. In fact, the times in which balance seems to get overridden, then it is said that the great avatars and the sages come to restore the balance. So the balance is a beautiful, beautiful thing to see in this realm. That's why we can see that any conclusion that we make is not true ultimately, because it's always taking a side. The world is full of suffering, not a true conclusion. The world is only joyful, not a true conclusion. The world is only bliss, bliss, not a true conclusion. Nothing we can conclusively say, because it is this. It is the balancing of the yin and the yang. And there's a constant, in the design of it, there's a stretch between the opposites. So it plays in this constant round and round with this constant stress of the opposite. So to see the world as a dual world, but to see that you are not participating in that duality, you are not an object within this dual world. And the world appearance, I mean Maya, in that way, is one Maya, one play, one lila, whatever you call it. You see? So then you see that I is not subject to the duality of this world. And then that is the dropping of resistance. See, what is just is. And what is can be just what is without resistance. Then there can be no ego. And that what is includes the movement of this body. Everything can be heard as if I'm an individual entity and now I'm going to decide to let everything be as it is. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm taking a step back from this position. I'm including the movements, the words and the actions of this body also in the what is. Then the false delusion of all this duality, desire, doership falls away. And you see all of this play as one play. That is what you're seeing actually. Our seeing is always true. It is our interpretation which makes it seem like I'm part of this duality. So coming to this recognition of the source or coming to the recognition of awareness takes us away from this idea that I am contained in this world of duality. And we just see that there is one appearance. Am I an appearance? What is the definition of appearance? Test. That which comes and goes. So that which comes and goes is called an appearance. Am I an appearance? And if I also come and go, yesterday the sage was saying, I do not come and go. If I also came and went, who would see this? The reporting that I come and go would not be possible at all. There must be a constant which is able to see the change. If there is no constant witness, then change cannot be reported.
So consciousness at rest cannot perceive itself.
Consciousness at rest. One of the primal powers of consciousness is perception. And if you mean consciousness at rest, you mean that which is not yet I am, just I. See? Not yet I am. It is not arisen from its source. It's not appeared from the self as a manifest existence. So, if you mean that, like the non-phenomenal, the numinal, the deep sleep, then there is no perception. And yet there is awareness. Because otherwise I would not be able to say there is no perception. Tricky.
Yes,
don't try to understand it. Just hear the words. Because we cannot understand it in that way. Now we are saying there is perception when I am. The power of perception is there. We perceive, all we perceive. There is sight, there is hearing, there is smell, there is taste. All this perception is there. Now, before I am, even this perception is not there. Because there is no phenomena to perceive and there is no existence, sense of existence, which is the perceiver or the creator or the light of this entire realm anyway. Right? Now, even to make this report, I must be aware of it or I must be talking out of my hat. See, either I'm just making this up, that there is no perceiver. In deep sleep state, there is no perceiver, there is no perception. You see? So either we had the experience of deep sleep, or deep sleep is just a common myth that all of us share. You see? So because we are aware that there is a time where not even perception is, not even the sense of perceiver is, but there must be even a witness of that. See? So that which is usually the subject for all other objects, which is this consciousness, is also ultimately an object for the ultimate subject, which is awareness. Now, with the play of consciousness, then come all of these powers. You see, there is presence, there is perception, there is time, there is space, there is light, there is all of this. There is body usually. There is the appearance of this dual world. When this consciousness is done playing, then it goes back into the source where all of this, no trouble, deep sleep, no perception, no separation, no identity, nothing. Everything is gone. And yet, you are aware that there is something called sleep. Of course, you can report it only when this phenomenal appearance is there. So, the power of perception relies on this primal power called attention. There is no perception without attention. And yet, there is awareness without attention. You can see perception fading when we run out of attention, usually late at night. I take this example because it often happens with me that I'm reading something, and I'm watching a Satsang, hearing some music, something. And after a while, you feel like you can watch, but the attention is depleting. It's getting withdrawn out of this world, and something is just resting back in the source. You see? And then soon, even this sense that I am vanishes. Then from there, nothing to report, nothing to say, no phenomena. So this is Ashtavakra where all the mental conceptualization is turned upside down. Because if this consciousness is God, if this being is God in our definition, then who is the father of God or the mother of God? You are. In words, it sounds like too much to say, but it is the knowingness, the awareness. So what arises is one consciousness, one beingness, and all this world of appearances is one. And you can try this for yourself. You cannot create the idea of two. just in the mere perception. It must be perception with some interpretation or judgment. So when the sage says, all I see is one, it is not that now he is not able to perceive that there are two bodies in front or there are many bodies in front. It is just that all this pool of perceptions is happening in one being, one consciousness. So often we do this exercise. Where is the experience of sight happening? Where is the experience of hearing happening? Where is the experience of any phenomenon? That's why even in spirituality there are two ways. Many ways, but main among them are these two ways. One is that we start the presumption that the separation happened. There is a real person here. And how to make it a better person first, good person, telling the truth, is it? Away from greed and lust and all the other things which seem to get in the way of spirituality according to that. And then getting to the point where ultimately the truth is recognized that you are one. Now that is not Ashtavakra's way. Ashtavakra's way is one preparatory verse and then hundreds of verses talking about the one. Remember the one preparatory verse. What is it? Sincerity, forgiveness, kindness, truth. And one more. Okay? Experiences from the senses as poison. Yes. Okay? Turn your attention towards all these. That's the only preparatory verse. Yes. Because his way is to point like this and say, right now, can't you see that you are one? See is important. Not what you think or believe or interpret or judge. So in this way, then, see, another word, witness. He says, you are the one solitary witness of all there is. That's such a beautiful pointer, isn't it? Just follow the trail of the witness. And the recognition will be undeniable. Without inference. At best, at the end, the mind will come and say, I see nothing. I want those to come up to me and share with me. When you follow the trail of the witness, and you come to this place where it feels like, I see nothing. I can't be nothing. Those can come up to me and ask me then. Ananta, when I check now, I followed the trail of the witness, as you said. See what it means to follow the trail of the witness? Whatever the object might be, find out who witnesses that. Then find out who witnesses this witness. Is it? Now the mind will come and say, but this is infinite regress. Something witnesses the witness, and something must be witnessing that witness. But it is not true. Don't fall into that mind trap. If you're thinking this, if you're believing this, come up. Together. We'll look together. Because here, in our subtlest discoveries, also the mind can come with a story which can seem very acceptable at times. Like one story can be, there is nothing. I find nothing. This nothing I want to talk about. The second is if it's giving you the idea that this is pointless, it's just infinitely reversing backwards. Or it might tell you the story that I must only be there now. There must only be awareness of awareness. There must not be any worldly perception. Then with that also kind of story, if you're buying it, you come. These are all just various forms of mental resistance. So as you're following the paths, as you're following the smell of this witness, where is it coming from? All the clues are there. Important clue is that it does not come and go. What is it that does not come and go? And you will be told that it is this witness, that which witnesses everything. Who is this witness? Is there really a witness?
It's like a blurring every time it's just looking. It feels like everything is just blurring.
Everything is just blurring. Blurring. Okay, you come closer. Let's move this table down. Sorry. So, just let's go through together now. Who is witnessing this world?
I am.
Is it blurry already?
No. Slightly.
Slightly blurry. So don't worry if the blur is coming in what way? Like a visual blur? Visual. Who is witnessing that?
I am.
You. That which witnesses this blur, is that blurry? Slowly. Very slow. That which is witnessing the visual blurriness. You can see nice and clear. What witnesses that? Is that blurry? Put your hand.
No. See, it's fancy.
Expansive. Very good. So now, who witnesses this expansiveness? Good. Put the question. Flower on its own. Don't make an effort. Very expansive space you found. What witnesses even this expansiveness?
Hard to say. It's witnessing itself.
Missing itself. Anything, any blurriness with that witnessing?
No, not even. But as I open my eyes and see.
Visually, you are still experiencing blurriness. So, but that which witnesses it is not blurred in any way. So, whether it is blurriness or seemingly very vibrant clarity of the world, does it really matter to that which witnesses it? Not at all. So, sometimes it is not just thoughts that the mind can come up with. In this play of this design, it can be like this kind of blurriness. It can also be events that happen. Other distractions can come. It seems to take us away. All part of this design of this play. So, so you can say now, if you didn't interpret this blurriness, if you didn't have it had no relevance. Okay? So somewhere the mind can say, this blurriness is coming, but what I heard is that it must be clear or something. See? Therefore, it can seem like the blurriness is getting in the way. But we are talking about the clarity of that which witnesses. Then you, yes, I am the perceiver of it. Whether it is blurry or clear, this being, this perceiver, this consciousness, I am. And what is aware even of this? Now, about this one, what can we say about the size of it? That which is aware of the expansiveness. Does that itself have a size or a shape or a color?
Perceives. Doesn't feel like it has anything.
Perceives everything, or witnesses everything. This, I'm just clarifying for everybody else because uh, the way we use the terminology perception is this phenomenal perception. This witnessing the primal witnessing that which is aware. Now, this awareness is aware of your existence. So, for this, to see this, awareness is aware of my existence.
I'm aware of everything.
Aware of everything.
And I'm everything.
I am everything. Who is aware that there is awareness of everything? So, you can see that awareness is aware of everything and I am that everything. And what about the one that is aware of everything?
I'm called everything.
But is it distant from you?
It has no segregation. No partners.
No apartments. That's very nice. No. Now, what can happen in the objective realm, in the realm of content, which can touch you here, or hurt you here, or affect you here?
Nothing will touch me. Nothing will touch me or I or vibrations can be felt, feelings can be felt, unsettling can be felt, the body can feel whatever. That is just nothing. So the blurring is also just blurring.
Now, for you, what is the one constant?
Being live.
What about that to which nothing was touched? Because if for you that is one constant, and there is no separation there, then there is no distinction between that and I. That is your truest representation of I.
Yes. The I comes after that.
This is why I was answering the question before it came. You see? This is very beautiful. Now you say that to that nothing is happening. You see? But I come after that. Because usually, especially in spirituality, the way we define this I is like an individual I or the consciousness I. Now, that's why I asked this question. Who is aware of this awareness?
Yes, it feels weird to say I.
It is just that resistance
Yes.
to admit that it is I.
It is I.
That's why I always ask, is it Gopala telling you that this is happening or Shivani telling you it is happening? Is it a second-hand report? Or is it your own insight about this? It is just this fear to call it I. It can sound like it is arrogant. So it can sound like, I would make it ego again, but it doesn't. It is your truest I. In fact, this is the only I. All other I, especially the ones that after I am, are just made up, make believe. So this is your one constant. Whether it is this lifetime or any realm that you're experiencing, you will only experience yourself to be truly this I, that which remains untouched by any of this. See, When you started saying that, I sense that there is some struggle saying I. We can say. And this quickly can become something which then the mind can use. That's why I have to look at it right now. Because how does it use it? Because quickly it will say, yes, yes, you had a beautiful recognition about what you are, but you found that there is an awareness, and of course, nothing happens to that. But I am talking about you, the one that comes later. You see, there is no true I which comes later. Everything after this, you are aware, and then you are aware of your existence. This is where truth ends. You see? After that, I am this, I am that, and all of that is part of the worldly play. So the reality of the I, which is there in the sleep state, the reality of this awareness, it doesn't matter what waking state is there, which dream is there, it doesn't really matter, it remains unchanged, untouched, unconcerned. It is you.
The habit is to break the I into words.
So it'll quickly make a distinction between that which you're discovering yourself to be and then the idea about I. And even then it'll come in and say, but I come later. See, but no, you are that. You are the one solitary witness. The sage is very clear. You are the solitary witness of all that. You are the solitary witness of all that.
Even gratitude come up.
Yes.
Even everything that individual I was to pick up, like feel very grateful at this moment. So that would say, oh, this is gratitude. That's not that. That's not I.
All of these are the children of being. Anything that we can say after I am is a child of this being. Therefore, not even child as if now there are two. It's just like in the pond, there are different shapes, different ripples coming up, different energies being the one body. See, one universe. So it is this one universe which is the body of consciousness. There can be reluctance, or there can be the idea that I am not there yet, or something like that. When these big sounding words are spoken, like when I say the universe is your body, okay. But I'm just seeding all these insights because as you have them, you see yourself to be that which is beyond any manifestation. Is it? You see this already, is it? That which is aware of everything is beyond these constraints of time or space. Try to find the color of awareness.
Color does not exist. It only divides itself because then it wants to divide into other bodies and this body and all that. But all that is also great.
Yes,
Yes, all
yes.
that is also
From that perspective,
yes.
everything is your child.
Yes. It's very beautiful.
Yes.
Unless we tag it up to be this way or that way or that way. The tagging is also great.
It's also part of the play. So what are the clues we've discovered so far? What are the clues to the recognition of the self that we are finding today? It is the witness of all that can be witnessed. follow the trail of that. It is unchanging and it cannot be seen, perceived objectively. This recognition is your non-phenomenal recognition. You will not see it as an object. If you see it as an object, find out who witnesses that. Then you know that your mind is visualizing and giving you an alternative, its alternative to awareness. It's creating an object out of it. It's creating this big space. Three clues. Very useful. What witnesses all phenomena? What remains unchanging? And do I have a recognition which doesn't have a shape or size or color?
This is an old story.
Also,
Everything is seamlessly and
yes. So he says, and he says the whole story, where when he closes his eyes, then he is that. And when you open your eyes, then it seems like you're not that.
the same objects. The
Yes,
space.
yes. So now keep your eyes open for some time and tell me who is it that sees objects? I know you know the answer, but you have to look fresh. So what sees the objects? Is that itself an object?
But it's not like it's not like
You have no past. Look completely fresh, like you're a newborn baby, but somehow you understand these words. Who sees these objects? Does an object see the objects? You say, I see the objects when I open my eyes. So which eye is this?
missing.
There's only seeing. Okay. Now, for this seeing, what changed when eyes were closed and eyes are open? For the seeing, what changed? The light is more tangible when your eyes are closed. I mean, the light of presence. What light?
You know, difference actually.
Yes.
It's low, it's low.
Yes. Whatever the more or less might be, that which sees it, does that have these qualities of more or less? It sees this contrast between open and closed. Does that have any contrast? Does it have any more or less? Is it like more seeing and less seeing? Don't go with what is seen for some time. Go with what sees it. Follow that one. Follow that one. Because that is your immortal discovery. If you go with that which is seen and then not seen, that which changes in quality in any way, then that is also appearance. Who sees it? Where did you find some of the water?
Objectless.
I am whatless, objectless, objectless. Now, without object, can you have more, less clear, less clear? Okay, that's fine. So if you close your eyes, you see many times in satsang, most of the time eyes are closed. So the point is not how the recognition happens, but what is that you recognize yourself to be. And you are saying, I find myself to be beyond all this objective play. Now, the only question then is that once you open your eyes, do you find yourself to be an object? Because more objects are visible, do you become an object?
So you school.
Okay.
It's there only there in the school of consciousness.
In the what of consciousness? Little light.
Screen of
On the screen of your consciousness. Beautiful. Who is enjoying the imagery on the screen of consciousness? Is that also on the screen? So as long as what appears on the screen of consciousness is the will of consciousness, it will appear. When it is done with this play, it will disappear. But did you change fundamentally because of the objects which are visible or not visible?
Dynamic way.
What you might be implying is that when eyes are open, there's much more sense perception, and then to identify seems like it's easier to identify with, as if I'm an object. Is that what your problem is?
So,
When eyes are open, there is much more sense perception. Then it can feel like you get more easily identified as if you are an object within this perceived world. Is that the issue?
using the word, there's a sense of loss because there's you lost the potential and moved away. Although conceptually I know that nothing can move away because in the this screen can never move away.
Yes.
The scene can never move away. Something moves, attention moves away.
Attention moves to object.
And then you engage with the world. Then you get, you lose your objectivity. Then you tend to look at the pairs of opposites, pleasure, pain.
Okay, who engages with the world?
Consciousness engages with the world.
What is your relationship with consciousness?
And the witness to the consciousness and conceptually I know.
Experientially, what do you know?
Experientially, when I don't engage, when I sit, now when I sit,
Yeah, when you sit.
when I really sit, I'm not moving away. I'm just here. I'm enjoying
No,
that.
but you're not talking about moving away. You're saying, I said, what is your relationship with even this consciousness? You say, very beautiful. I witness even this. See, now, when engagement is happening, is it happening outside consciousness? Within consciousness, some movement is happening. Does your position change from being the witness of consciousness? The true position? Experientially, not conceptually.
Dynamic living, I'm losing that.
Now, okay,
Now,
now you are what?
now I'm pure witnessing.
Now you are the pure witnessing. Very good. Now do something that you would do in dynamic, quote unquote, dynamic living. I want to see awareness getting lost. I've never seen it.
Awareness does it.
But I do. This is what I was telling him.
The I comes in.
I comes in.
The consciousness as I am.
Yeah, waking state. Then,
Waking state
then.
comes in and I
But
am.
right now also waking.
With the world.
Right now also waking
And
state.
then you have
Slowly. So right now also waking state.
yeah. So I am. So the I am is coming.
Yeah.
And then you engage it.
Your relationship is you witness this I am. Now do something that you would do in your dynamic life, that you would lose this position of witnessing this. Let your attention completely free.
Habit.
Habit, what happens? Now suppose you are
I'm
driving.
losing my position.
You're abusing your position.
No, I'm losing my position.
You're losing your position.
As witness.
Okay.
Consciousness playing it.
Okay.
Keep caught in the play.
Who can report about what's happening to the witness?
No,
You say, I am losing my position as the witness.
not as a witness.
Yeah.
Something is moving away and getting caught in.
Attention, we already know this. Attention is moving. You see? Now, is attention like a free bird just flies away, has no relationship with you, bye bye? Or is attention like this? One end is always connected to the self. No matter where attention goes, it can only come back to me. So what happens when attention goes here, 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 here? What happens to the self? Now, is the one that something happens to real?
It's just a play. It's not a play, of course. Very real. More that.
This one that doesn't want it to happen, is it real? What is the definition of reality?
Doesn't come up.
And
Witness.
what is the definition of reality?
Which comes
You're one of those who's been with me every day for the longest time. Written test is coming. That it doesn't come and go. And if I would say something is real, but I had no direct experience of it, would I be able to say it is real? So it must be something. Otherwise, we can say anything. If we don't have an experience of it, then can I testify to that being the truth or reality? So there must be a direct insight about it, and also it must be unchanging. Who benchmarks for reality? So now, if you find now that you are this primal witnessing, then whether eyes are open or closed, which one gets identified? That's why I said the one that wants it only this way doesn't want it this way. Which one is that one? Is that real? Why is it imaginary? Why? Because is it coming and going?
Yeah.
Coming and going. And second, do you have a direct experience of this one? That it exists? The one that wants is which one? Can you point to the existence of this one? Find the one who wants.
The whole trick.
It's the trick. Did you find the one who wants?
Isn't one.
There isn't one, but is the trick. But is the trick.
It's imaginary.
Imagine one that doesn't exist. Now, this you see for yourself, isn't it? Now, in spite of seeing this for yourself, do you want to dance to the tunes of the imagined one?
So I'm coming now.
That's why I'm telling you. I don't want your visit to be pointless. That's why I'm telling you that how long do you want to dance to the tunes of that one that doesn't exist? Can we not say, Father, I'm done with it? You might fall, of course. A child will say, I will study 4 hours every day, because you tell me to, but there will be days when you study nothing. They just watch TV whole day. So that's okay, but at least the feeling is there that I'm fully done with this. Imagine one. See, there's some power in this thing. Of course, it's all part of consciousness. But even to say, I'm done with this imagined one is a statement of your true power is consciousness. Say it, I want to hear. That you are done with this play of the imagined one.
When I told you I want to play, no?
That is
I want to play.
That is the thing.
But now then I got bored.
I can play either way. I can play with the one who wants to play, and I can play with the one who doesn't want to play.
I don't know.
Don't want to play.
I'm done with it.
Then our play will be much more enjoyable.
You can't get it all the time. It will be long here, no?
This one that wants it all the time is real or imaginary? Huh? No, but is it real or imaginary? I have to squeeze it out of you today. Which one? Which one is not? Every day I say you cannot leave home. You have not left the destination. And yet you believe that voice which says, I'm not home. You love that voice more or me? What did that say? Huh? Yeah, it's somehow I have to bully because because he said I don't want to play, and I gave him the option. I can play with the one who wants to play and the one who doesn't want to play. And he said I don't want to play. And the next thing he did is he picked up the play. You see, so what should I do then?
So close my eyes and
You want to play with this for how many years?
I don't want to play, I want to end it here. You can.
It's over. Now don't pick up anything that the mind is saying.
Yeah, next week help, it's still fantastic. There is no next moment, there is no thought, it's just that.
Stay. This I want voice. You know is the one of the imagined one. We're going to record a GIF file. We're going to record, like one I recorded for you, like that. One more we'll record on you, which is.
This is repeating itself actually. The first one, right? The first one.
Okay.
2 years now.
This one you didn't follow. You saw where that went. Now follow this one. Whatever it is saying, even the most beautiful report, like 2 years, this happened. Yes, leave. Can you do? Just leave. Possible? Some but is still strong.
So easy.
So easy here, leave this also. Because in the tail of so easy here is the so difficult outside. So don't even pick that up.
Really the holy type.
I am. Well, I have to say that I can hold you as only as tight as you want.
Disappear.
Then even this, leave it. Even the holiest of concepts, leave it. I'm here to show you that it is completely possible. What is it now? Good. Now when the voice comes, I want that which happened the other day. What to do with that voice? Serve it tea? There is no distinction between the reality of what you are and the reality of what I am, because we are one.
Satsang Baba told me 10 years ago.
He's getting the big guns out now. What did he tell
See
you?
and you and see and you the same.
Yes, you didn't listen then.
I'm getting it. No, I got it.
Yeah.
Drifting away. Like a log in the river.
What is drifting?
No, it's fine. It's
No.
fantastic. I've been through all this. Enjoying you, enjoying myself as you
Who is this one? Who is this one? Whose report is this?
This consultant report.
Okay.
Something is saying, something is replacing that. A good report.
When you refer to yourself, Are you referring to yourself as something limited or unlimited?
Very beautiful, peaceful, silent, lovely, peace, everything.
If none of this was there, no joy, no peace, no love, nothing, would you be something limited or unlimited? Is that from which these arise dependent on these, or is that independent even of these, the most sublime, most beautiful tastes? Who is serving who?
These are the fragrances.
These are your fragrances, right? The flower is independent of its fragrance. Nothing needs to happen for you to be free. Freedom is how you start. Only the but this, but that comes and creates this illusory bondage. But my experience should be like this. The voice who knows this or is saying this doesn't know anything. No, we hear this for this. Suppose my highest pointing was whatever it is. Such a thick book, Consciousness Speaking with Consciousness. What's in that book?
I can't even read a page.
You couldn't read a page?
I just come and sit here. I can't really read it.
That's it. For a long time I couldn't read it.
I'd rather read in the sun. It's like that.
Just don't make even this conclusion. You see, the freshness of our life seems to get become stale with our conclusions about it. I don't know. So far, not been able to read, but I don't know about tomorrow or the next minute. Because we really don't know. just take a couple of questions before we close. Vidya asks, is awareness in deep sleep inferred after the fact on waking? And what is the experience of the sage? This is a good question. So, what is memory? Memory seems to be a repository of some experiences which were perceived here, isn't it? Now, no one can truly say whether any of that actually happened or not. So there are two options. One is that we see that because our memory has been so unreliable, we drop all reliance on memory. In the worldly function, it will still continue to function, but we don't take it so seriously. That is the first. The second is that, okay, if we take memory seriously, then there is also in the memory, there is a experience in which nothing happened. There was no phenomena. There was not even the sense I am. If we find ourselves referring to our memory as a true repository of experiences, then we cannot deny just a part of it, including this one. You see? So, just like this, we say that, just like you say, okay, yesterday you went to some market and you got these vegetables or whatever. In the same way, you can say that I also had this experience where nothing was there. This was the sleep that I had. If you have come to the point where we cannot say anything about yesterday or the previous minute conclusively, then we can forget about even this contrast with sleep state. Now, when is the experience, seemingly, if we believe that it is a true repository, although unreliable, of experiences, when does that get put in to the repository? In that moment in which it is experienced, isn't it? Like you're hearing these words now, they become part of the repository called memory. In the same way as awareness is aware that there is no phenomenal experience, then in that it remembers. If we treat memory as a true repository in some way, then we also cannot deny that there was this experience of no phenomena. Now the referring to memory, the reporting from memory, all of that can happen only in the waking state, isn't it? Only when I am. So the experience of the sage is the same as the experience that you have, which is there was a waking state, and then there was nothing, and then there was dream or another realm, and then there was nothing. If it was not this, then how would it be? It would suddenly be that it was 10 o'clock in the night, and suddenly it is 7 o'clock in the morning. What happened? We don't say that. It's not a time lapse. Is it? We say, I must have fallen asleep. Otherwise, we would not even have invented the term sleep. Just like most people are unaware of the term turiya, or the fourth state, because they seem to have no experience of it. If we had no experience of sleep, then it could not be something that we could converse with everybody about. I say, how did you sleep last night? Did you have some sleep last night? Not sleep. Like, how was your turiya yesterday? How was your turiya yesterday? How was your turiya yesterday? Huh? Is it like that? Are the two questions different? They are different because you can say, yes, I know there is something called sleep. Just turiya, I don't know. So this knowingness is present irrespective of whatever the state might be. Is the witnessing of thought also phenomenal? Thought is also phenomenal, yes. The witnessing of thought, which means that the play of attention where thought is perceived, is also a primal part of the phenomenal play. It's an aspect of consciousness. And it's a very interesting contemplation actually, because if I ask you what came first, being or attention? Is it? And often I say that attention is one of the primal powers of being. But actually, if you were to explore this question, you will find that because both come before time, you cannot say this came before that one. Is it? The play of time. When the play of time starts, before that already there is attention. Is it? And they bring your attention to your existence or your being. So attention plays. And you can say, yes. Unless there is being, is there ever the experience of attention? You can say no. So sometimes I jokingly say that they are co-joined twins, attention and being. Very naturally, of course, I'm presuming that these subtle answers are getting through somewhere, but very naturally we can say attention is one of the primal powers of being. But when we really start exploring it deeply, we notice that it's not easy to make these kind of conclusions also. So the witnessing of thought is also part of the phenomenal function. But there are many aspects at play. Anil says, to look and report it, I lost it, is already in knowledge of presence. Well, not okay, I get what you mean. Uh, Such a beautiful play, yes. Flower is independent of its fragrance. Kids have come home now. Okay, my dear. What about the transition state between sleep and waking and vice versa? Okay, yes, Sagar. You'll come often.
Interested in this.
In
I thought attention's part of the mind, so
we'll do one now. Actually, in the book, you have a copy. In the book, the first chapter or the second chapter should be, and Amaya can correct me, should be the definition of these very basic concepts. I try to shine a light on all of them so they don't become confusing in satsang. Because I realize that many times the trouble is terminology. So in one definition, it is part of mind. In another definition, it is not. When we say it is an aspect of consciousness, some refer to mind, big mind as consciousness. It depends on the definition. So it only if it belongs to anything, it is to consciousness.
collapses.
Yeah.
Even you are not there.
Yes.
Then there is no
Even you as existence are not
you don't even know.
there. But even
And
this,
then when it comes back, then that is the question that people say, right?
yes. But more importantly, even
I'll
to
stay
say,
here only.
but, but more importantly, even to say that when attention is not there, even I am not there, who is there to see this? Is I. That means that the phenomenal aspect dissolves, and yet I remain. The play of phenomenal state, waking or dream, is gone, and yet I remain. Now, sleep state is just in reference to waking state. It's empty of all states.
it so much.
Oh, yeah?
He's gone out of station, so I just ran.
The terminology, MIS. Okay. To Soumya. Soumya was asking the question. Left it all? When are we going to make a hugger out of you? I'm going to have to force you, or how is it going to be? See, many of you say that, you were saying yesterday, that I don't ask for any Guru Dakshina, but I ask for the greatest Guru Dakshina, biggest, everything I want. I won't leave you with anything. Okay. This also I want. So what more to ask of you if I already taken everything? So don't get fooled by mind not asking for anything phenomenal. It's also good in a way because otherwise you might feel like, oh, I've given something already, so it is good. Because I don't ask for phenomenal peanuts. You have no excuses. You have to come with me out of this universe. This life that you're taking, your reality, which is beyond. That which you are attached to will obviously, when you are flying on this voyage, that will seem to be pulling you back. It seems like it has some gravitational force. All our desires, all our expectations, all our attachments. It can seem like they have some power. It's a gravitational pull. Does this mean that life will stop? That our worldly relationships cannot go on? No. Doesn't mean any of that. It can or may not. For some it can, for some it may not. That is not the conclusion. That is irrespective. Here, consciousness decided that it will continue. In some form, work continues. In some form, family continues. It's irrespective. In other forms, it just feels like Guruji just knew in his heart one day, I quit. We cannot predict the movement in this, and that doesn't actually matter. What is more important is what you see yourself to be in, irrespective of this ever-changing realm. If you continue to consider yourself an object within this ever-changing realm, then we're going to have a struggle between two forces. One is me going on this voyage. It's like you half boarded a ship. You half boarded a ship. One hand I am holding, the other hand the world is holding. The ship is leaving. So you're going to feel stretched. What's going on? Struggles, all of this. You'll feel. Again, I'm saying that none of these metaphors are meant to convey that you have to leave the world in a phenomenal way. I'm talking about your recognition of what you are, which is prior to all of this. And leave this one who is convincing you, in spite of your recognition, that the sun comes from the east, it still comes and tells you the story that it comes from the west. You see? That is all that is happening. You are recognizing yourself to be the unlimited self. But the mind will come and say, no, but you're still limited. Till this happens, till something happens, till then you're going to be limited. It's exactly the opposite of what I'm saying every day.
Since yesterday, specifically yesterday, that it can like distress, sensation of disconnection with everything and everyone. It's very strong.
Since yesterday, there is a strong sense of distress and abandonment from everybody.
It's in now. What's happening in Satsang, perception that sense silence is here. The fact that everything is apart. That is like another word.
And today now, there's a feeling that some silence is here. I don't know if it is a part or the same. Okay.
I don't know if it is a part or behind.
Or
But
behind.
somehow it seems that this idea of me and God makes an energetical connection that is like a boundary of completion, a boundary with completion. And I feel like this desire, I don't know what I was talking about, that I just this desire of being free of this kind of connection.
So I don't know whether the
Persons itself, but how I feel.
I have to repeat. So I don't know whether the idea of me and other creates this energetic sort of boundary, and then like a prison.
There are just desire of taking this, of falling that disconnection.
So yesterday when we parted, I said to her that okay, from for now till the time that you're here, we go on a fast. We go on a fast from any concept. How is that going?
Very bad first. Mind comes strongly, like this anger and this idea of like prisoner of relations and of this.
Without concept, it came.
I don't know.
So let's start fresh. So let's start fresh. Like I told him, suppose you didn't have a past, and now you don't have a concept. Can you do without the past or no?
It's not right. I'm like the body, there are sensation in the body.
Suppose you didn't know what prison is, but some sensation is experienced, but we don't label it. But that's just idea. You're not able to leave it. Tell me the idea that you're not able to leave, that is stronger than you.
There are some silence. It seems I can get this idea of the connection.
Very good. So, is there an idea which is stronger than you? Every idea you can leave? That is my advice. This is this entire play. This entire play is like this.
I take words very seriously sometimes. I know you now.
So, completely, that's why I keep reminding you that it is completely in your power. No idea is stronger than you.
Kind of
Same,
sort of
same,
self.
same. So, just like this. I promise you that without a concept you cannot suffer. And you see for yourself that there is no concept that is stronger than your being, than you. Everything can be drawn.
What's from you after that?
That is,
Also on my side, you are talking.
yes,
Side.
it's part of that. Sometimes something is a little shaking out because it can seem to be there for a long time, so it needs something.
It's possible. You get into strong
In every moment, it is actually possible, but it can feel like in Satsang you have the energetic support to make it possible.
It's impossible.
I
Sometimes
can feel it.
come to covering position.
This I want to give as homework to everyone, whoever is still around. What is the concept which you feel is stronger than you, that you cannot drop, that it has so much power over you that you just cannot drop it? In spite of hearing in satsang every day in various ways, not to believe any concept. It could be a fearful concept like, what will happen to my life? Will I stop taking care of my responsibilities? What will happen to my family? These kind of things can be. So can we really bring our attention a little to these and see what is it that seems to still be holding us in some way? Those which have the most magnetism, those which seem to get your belief just automatically. Anytime you see them. Like when this comes, it just automatic. And you will notice that if you are experiencing suffering in life, you will find that one of these concepts is the basis for that. The suffering then becomes a beautiful tool which shows us what we are still attached to. It is not something to run away from or to fight. When it comes, I know I'm making it seem easier than it can feel, but when it comes, then we can also look and say, what is the underlying belief that I'm believing about myself, which is the cause of this suffering. And you will find how you're believing yourself to be limited in some way. No concept is truly in service to you because every concept is selling you a limitation about yourself. Many who say Many who say I am God or I am the soul or I am something, they have to smell behind that I, because even in that statement, there can be this limited I, which is proclaiming something. So just listen.
You can know conscious about some kind of specialness, like how the Greek tells about bodies are also appreciated, because I say I don't like this mental outside that many times I heard. And secondly, kind of how it's easier to do like that than to say, I cannot tell you, I'm not understanding what you are trying to tell me. And when it came to courage, like I want to be in my own way the perfect seeker for things. And it came, I can say, I'm not going with you, I'm not getting this fact that I say, oh, if I'm not getting it because it's not a good.
Yes.
So obvious that I want
This is very
that when I expose near everybody, I'm not getting this fact. So I prefer to say it does not become.
yes. Very
and this
good.
courage came in this sphere of my fixation, and now it came openness.
Very
I'm not. I believe it. Just I'm not going with you. So help me to create this openness. It's a very different perspective.
good. I'm so happy with this
Also,
report.
I'm happy because much space is done.
Very good. I don't know whether everyone heard this. So we had a bit of a, dishum yesterday after Satsang, where where she was saying that I can't go with this mental Advaita. Well, Advaita is just like this, and all these people, they are just faking it, and nobody really gets it, and these things. So what she's saying today is so beautiful. She says that a part of it is also this projection. I did not have the courage till now to admit this. But Father, I don't understand what you're saying. Can you help me? Instead of that, I was resisting and saying that these others are faking it.
Yes, if I cannot understand or feel, it must not be.
Must be true. Must not be true because I am not.
It's just I must be there or understand for my kid too. Like nobody can get what I cannot get.
This is
And I don't know.
So this is openness.
Or it is not a problem for me. It's not a problem. Just my life must be a problem for me.
This is very. Yes. To go. Last time we finished some 14 chapters of Ashtavakra over a month. 14 or 8? 8.
Remember that?
No, that I don't expect. That I don't expect anyone to remember.
I have no idea.
What do you mean, Ryan? Yeah.
How many chapters in book?
First we did here, we got to 8 or something, and then in Pune we got
14, you know?
8. And here in 2 weeks, we'll come to 1.5.
Everybody have a diary.
Why do you think I asked everyone to get monthly? Test is coming. You'll see the Zoom window, the number of participants drop. Tuck, 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 tuck.
Zoom is also pretty good. Yesterday it was Zoom.
Amaya is saying that we read through 19 till verse 19. Yes, verse 19. Verse 19 I read yesterday. She says. So we're working on the book, and the next book will be on the Ashtavakra Gita. And Already most of what I've said so far obviously has been covered before. So we have enough of the material. But we decided midway that let's not wait to finish the Ashtavakra Gita because I don't know when that will happen. We can publish volume 1 because there's enough. It already will be a thick book.
So did we go finish it this time, like through Satsang?
What is your feeling?
I feel that you finished it before you even started.
It's true, it's true. But you feel like immersing yourself more in the verses of Ashtavakra, you can continue as long as you like. For me, it is no different.
It makes no compromise really.
Yeah, Ashtavakra makes no compromise.
Same, previously I was on the other side, in the Zoom.
Yeah.
See how
So for those who are only able to join in the Hangout, his report is useful. He says, I was in the Hangout yesterday and it felt like the same power. Same. Thank you all so much for being in Satsang today. Sadhguru Srimati Ji ki Jai.
Sadhguru Shri Ananta Ji.
Jai.
Somebody had asked about the schedule for next week. I don't know yet, to be honest. So maybe in the next day or two.